How's it going, guys? Daniel Morgan, sup, love you. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. Love you too. Just looking for. I've just added a new mod, an APC mod. To be honest, I probably should have turned the max trucks off. As much as I like them, there's a hell of a lot to scroll through. Rebel by choice, evening. How's it going, dude? Good to have you all joining us for the old live stream. I'm still alive, just about. I still don't feel very well though. Kind of had a second wind with whatever I had last week, so not doing too good. Hopefully, I'm going to quickly try this out. I'm hoping it has a little bit of speed to it. Yeah, I'm on that Red Canyon map, so we'll check it out, basically. One thing I do like about it is it's all sort of already like uncovered and everything. Daniel Morgan just got out of the hospital. Well, I hope you're feeling better, dude. What was... Hope it's nothing too serious. Definitely not a fan of hospitals. Not, especially like now with the whole COVID situation. Yeah, I'd rather avoid it if I possibly could. Jan McIver, awesome. Glad to see you on the stream. I appreciate it. Glad to have you joining us. What do we got? Oh, I'm a fan of me chained. I can't lie. Yeah, this we'll just quickly test it out. It might be a little bit slow. You beast. I like that though. Enforced plough. As if a plough just wasn't enough. CR, hey Mr. Lone Wolf. I was just wondering about you today, mate. Welcome back. I appreciate it, man. Again, I've yeah, just not been feeling too good. Still don't really, but we get in there. I think the old live stream helps. Been listening to a 900 horsepower Ford GT40. That seemed to help. I don't need any of that. That's a bright yellow, make sure we can all see it. Again, why does it keep making my third person view 130? I keep setting it back to 110 every time. They fixed that for a while and then it's like back again, only mine's now stuck right at the top rather than the bottom. Rick Tate, the radar on that APC is great. Oh, is it like a whatchamacallit? Like the prototype trailer? To be honest, yeah, activate radar. Let's have a look at the plough though. I do like that plough. That's what she said. Yeah, I quite like this map that it's already uncovered. Reminds me a little bit of like Red Dead Redemption. Kind of was this like the USA side and then you have the Mexico side. The little river cutting through. A little bit like as well when I was saying it'd be pretty cool if they added like an Australian region. This is probably a little bit more the feel I was imagining when I was saying that. Also the plough works well. Yeah, I'm quite liking the look of that. Daniel Morgan got diabetes type 1. I'm not really happy. No, that sounds pretty bad, dude. Sorry to hear about that. Right, let's see how quick this is. I was going to say, let's plough some cars out the way. The car was like, hell no. Do you know who I am? Oh yeah, they ain't moving anyway. Well, this thing's a little bit slow. Let's get something a little bit more oomph to it. When I started this map, I only had about 5 grand. So I had to do the old like selling the engine trick for the last 5 minutes just before I started the live stream. Got myself up to about 3 million or something, so it should be enough to buy a few mods and mess around. What do we want? Oh, I do like myself a yeah. Well, then again, it's not very quick, is it? Need something that drops the hammer. Twice twin steer, that'd be quite nice. Trying to find it though is a different matter. Sam Polakowski. I hope I said. Oh, Polakowski. I hope I said that right. Where's the wall? It's true. Trump's on it now. Flying up. What should we take? Yeah, let's take this. I quite like that. It's a pretty good mod, let's be honest. 420 is probably the best. It's the highest number. That's how it works. I'm the dude that got shot at in one of your streams. Oh yeah, I think I remember you saying about that. That was, yeah. You don't want to be doing that often. Sounds like you're having a bit of an adventurous time, dude. You need to, I don't know, take cover. Sounds like life's trying to get you. Tries to get us all at some point. Don't really need any of that. Would like to take a horse with me though. What we? Let's take that. Oh wait, I can have a crane on it as well. Would be nice. Or we can. Oh yeah, I remember to put these apparently stronger cranes on. It's like a black crane instead of yellow or blue ones. So yeah, one of my favourite streamers on one of my favourite maps. Happy Saturday to me. I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, everyone was saying sort of last week. Well, I've heard quite a few times that this map is pretty good. Fingers crossed I don't get any crashing or anything. I was going to go and explore this map before I started the stream, but then when I realised it was like all uncovered anyway, I just kind of thought, sod it, we'll go and check it out together. I don't really know what I'm doing, where I'm going, but we'll go and find, yeah, there's a few tasks on here, so that's pretty cool. Storage, and I don't even have a loaf. What a travesty. Where is the little beast? Oh, we could get a max loaf, but we'll go old school. It's probably going to be over this end. There he is. Goddamn horse of a vehicle. He's getting a juicier engine as well in the next update, so be an absolute beast. Freeway. Mark Rowe, hey Mr. Lone Wolf, how are you? Not too bad, dude. I've, like, again, not felt too well, but I'm kind of not too bad at the minute. I was going really hot and cold earlier, but I feel quite good, sort of normal now, which is nice. I hate going hot and cold. Got to have his old mushroom snorkel. Just wouldn't be the full fat horse without it. Let's get let's get him some flames. He's earned them. Right, first things first, see if this crane is any good. And then we're going to go flying around the map. I've never had any crash problems with this map. To be fair, I've not heard any or anything either, so touch wood, we should be alright. I don't mind the odd crash, it's only obviously while I'm doing the live stream. This is lifting. Still did that auto extend thing, and then it kind of dropped the loaf again. So if you, yeah, see, that's not me stretching the crane out; it's just doing it. The slack just lift the front up. Oh, damn it! So yeah, I probably won't really bother putting that mod on again. He's in. Store cranes, hack trucks. Right, so look what we're doing. Well, I would like to go and check out this area. What we where's the tasks? Jarman, loan from Russia with love. Why are they both just down there? Well, let's fly down there and see what's going on. Excuse me, APC. You won't need a snorkel on this map. That's true. Does look pretty bone dry. Mr. Not So Big Bad, all back again. Long time no see. Aussie man, I appreciate it, dude. I am. Again, when the well, we're getting pretty close now, aren't we? What is it? The 16th? Yeah. So it should be a couple of days, and I believe the next phase is out, which is good to be honest. Because like I said, I've kind of purposely took a little break from SnowRunner just because, again, when all the new content comes out, I'm kind of looking forward to playing the game. I've been pretty eager to get on SnowRunner, but again, I'm kind of saving it all up. Then I can just hammer the new phase and it'll be pretty good. Kenneth Russ, Wolfman is alive. I'm still here, dude. Still ticking along just about. Aussie Man, Tuesday, yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty close. What week? Saturday night to me now, really, but Sunday. Well, yesterday / the day before. I thought it was Tuesday. This week feels like it has just gone. I only feel like I did last week's stream like a couple of days ago. I thought it was Tuesday, and then when I looked at my phone again later on, it was Friday. I was like, what the hell? I assume it must have said Thursday, and I just assumed Tuesday, as you do. So yeah, so it's been a pretty quick week for me, I have to say. Oh god. I mean, you get a free set of binoculars so I can read that. Yeah, whatever that says. I thought this one was passed as well. From Russia with love. No? Well. So what does this one today? To be honest, I just want to go and explore the map for a minute. I quite like the look of all this canyon. Let's go down here then. Oh yes, you have to do like a bit of cliff driving. Could go very wrong, because there's a pretty long truck. How do I get down there then? Oh, we ain't going all the way around there. I'm just going to have to ramp it. Ramp it and chance it. Mark Roy, there are plenty of rocks though. It does look that way. That's what Rockman's been doing in his spare time, I reckon. I'd have to say it was a bit of a meatier cliff than it looked on the map. I feel like we can make it though. I stream every day, right? That's why that's the way to do it. I'm staying there late. He's gone. He's David. Let's grab him. Oh, he's back in. What a goddamn wholesale vehicle. That's the kind of stuff you just expect from a life. He knows what he's doing. Rajay Manning, hello, how's it going, dude? So let's see if we can scoot him back in a bit better. I have to say, I was pretty happy with that, eh? So it's getting his tyre. His tyres do like to hook onto the sideboard. Oh, maybe he'll probably stay in there. Where was the cliff then? Oh yeah, this way. I have to say, I do quite like the look of this map. Makes quite a nice little change from just sort of pure muddy mud or snowy snow. And again, yeah, this was kind of what I had in my mind. The terrain wise anyway, maybe not the landscape. Of yeah, an Australian map would be pretty cool. See, this is the sort of stuff I think as well. They should have added more of this kind of like cliff drive, you know, like the what's it, like the world's most dangerous roads or whatever that you see on the Discovery Channel, that kind of stuff. Like this is quite, you've definitely got to pay attention while you're driving down here, especially with the kind of slow steer in this game, as you can very easily just go flying off. That's what I want to do though. Oh wait, I've got a crane, haven't I? Let's get him back in. Pop his little wheels over. Legend. Store. That's not letting me pack. I assume because I'm on a bit of an angle. You have to be flat for it to offer you to pack the vehicle. That should do it. There he is. Looks like a map for Mr. Lone Wolf. It looks very nice, I have to say. In fact, let's get a bit more daylight on the go though. Yeah, even like, look, the daylight is just nice. Nice juicy daylight, no fog. That's how I like it. Because again, this game's got like nice, bright, vibrant colours and a feel to it. It's sort of a shame to then mask it all with fog. Yeah, this is definitely a very cool map. And again, it really does remind me of a sort of Red Dead Redemption. I feel like I skidding to the left a bit there. Larry Clegg's president. Beautiful map it is. Yeah, very nice. Could you do a Wreckfest video before Tuesday? To be honest, I half got one made the other day and I just wasn't happy with it. I played the new map. What's it called? Rattlesnake Raceway or something. It's quite a nice map, like a track. The only thing was, it was not the most eventful. Like there was, I wasn't happy with the footage. Oh my god, that was very close to dropping my wheels through the middle. That's an unfinished bridge. yeah, so I'd like to get some different footage for the new vehicles. But I do like the new map, it's just... yeah, there wasn't a whole lot going on. Think about it, maybe useful later on. Okay. So, just out of curiosity, let's see what they're saying. Is that readable? Oh, I can't even, oh, it won't even show me. Where's that one I just got then? Start tracking. Do we get it now? No. Oh no. Task giver. Must be some kind of noob. Oh, so that'll be to build that bridge, I reckon. Then 4 wood. So we see 4 wood. We're on it. Definitely what she said. I just saw a YouTube docu. Did you know 5,000 years ago when Jesus rode dinosaurs into battle, he defeated the Anunnaki. They tried to destroy Earth. What do you know? Never stop learning. Internet man, what would you do without it? By the way, I don't know why I just gave you 5,000 bucks. If you take this letter back to town for me. Oh, and did I tell you that I was abducted by aliens the other day? They inserted... hey, where are you going? They inserted, what, 5 grand into his wallet? That he handed to me. What family-friendly aliens. Them anal probing aliens. They get you demonetised. Well, let's be honest. They are the best aliens. Oh yeah, wood. Be aware that there's nothing to winch to if you tip over. Yeah, funnily enough, when I started this map, you start in a CK1500 and all I had to do was drive forward to the garage and I hit a rock and flipped and it was like, god damn it. Not that it would have mattered with a winch because it wasn't an autonomous, but... yeah, I agree, there is a distinct lack of winchable things. But again, we've got a horse. So that's going to be some sketchy 90-degree turn, if and when we ever get to PB. Little narrower, boys. Again, though, I do quite like this. Probably, yeah, couldn't have picked a longer truck to attempt it. Funny thing is, part of me is desperately like, pull off the cliff, it will look great. And I would like to see it as well. Ooh. Maybe not that soon. Got the hammer. Said lone goat. Definitely need to be a little mountain goat along here. Trophy truck racing more interesting with crazy amounts of ramps. Yeah, true. Like that. Yeah, that rattlesnake thing. Map. It was good. It's just very linear. There's not really a lot going on in terms of crashes. And then when I got footage of like all the 3 new vehicles, I was just looking at it. I was like, it's just going to be a 20-minute video of me doing laps of the same track that's not that eventful. And then yeah. I just scrapped it in the end, like aborted mission. I'd like to... I'll still do a video of the new track, but then with the new vehicles, I might just go on a more crazy map like Hellride or Reckonado or whatever. Something where it's hey look. Got a vehicle? It is a vehicle. And a trailer. Yeah, just like a bit more of a crazy map, really. Where we get to see a bit of crashing, test out how good they are at crashing. Overall, though, I did try the new vehicles and I quite like them. Is he still attached to that trailer? No. Am I the only one that can hear classical music? I can hear classical music. Not very loud, not very consistent, but I definitely heard, I don't know, some kind of like piano just playing. What truck are you most looking forward to in Phase 4? What are they calling it? The 8-wheel Zix thing, I believe it is. The one from like the D535 or whatever it was from MudRunner. That is definitely the one I'm most looking forward to. I've heard it's pretty good. I've heard it's kind of like a Tatran but with a bit more speed, and it's a truck and all the rest of it, so... And I don't expect it to be as maybe OP on the grip and everything as a Tatran, but that's fine, because as great as the Tatran is, someone said a while ago, and I do kind of agree, it then feels a little bit just like easy mode. And I know, like, I'll agree, it's sort of like, I'm never happy on this game. Something's not fast enough, or it's too fast, or it's not got enough grip, or it's too grippy. Except for the local course. It's perfection in a van. Got any idea? Oh, sorry. Got any good spawn trapping tips? Spawn trapping? Oh, you know about like Call of Duty and that? To be honest, I don't really like spawn trapping on Call of Duty. I mean, it gets done. I appreciate it. Definitely gets done. I don't mind it so much on like domination, or where you're capturing all the bases, because that's kind of your reward. Capping all the bases and everything, forcing their spawn. Oh, I don't do it. But yeah, for the most part, I just feel a little bit, I don't know, like shooting fish in a barrel. It's getting pretty close. Zix 605 hours, that's what it's called. Yeah, that'll be the one then, dude. That's the one I'm definitely looking forward to, I reckon. Is this it's Cliff Road. It's no joke. Okay, then we get out there. Oh yeah, then we can go around here. We'll have a little look on this side. What's that say? Map by Action Jackson. Support by Dexter Paris Industries. Rocks by JTBRT. Is that the one and only Rockman? Who knows? This would be quite a good little spot. I don't know if it has got it or not, but some kind of, what do you call it, a contest going down to here, like a timed run, would be quite interesting. Dabatron 420, howdy Mr. Lone Wolf, how are you tonight, and how are you liking this map? I'm feeling a little better than I was, thanks dude, and yeah, this map, first impressions, I definitely like it. It looks very cool. Yeah, even like I said, it's sort of adds a third terrain type almost to the game. Like we've had mud and snow, this is just, yeah, kind of that deserty, drier mud bed type thing. And the maps appear to be very, I don't know, there's a lot of verticality, which I quite like. Yeah, just a very nice looking map, I have to say. And I appreciate everyone who gave me a heads up to give it a go. Like I said, I've kind of avoided the maps a lot because I've tried a few early on and they kept crashing all the time, and yeah, I was worried. There was a few people saying that they tried maps. This is again back when mods sort of first come out, that it crashed their game and they just had to restart the whole game. But I think they have like massively ironed out 99% of the bugs with mods. Again, I get the very odd game crash, but I'm not too bothered about that. I could probably, I don't know, go on Grand Theft Auto, play it long enough, I'll probably get blue screened eventually. As long as it's like once a night, if that, I can kind of live with it. I can't read really nice change for the different terrain. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, this is almost kind of a missed opportunity, really, for the devs. Yeah, they could have made more use of this kind of stuff. Although I know the game is called SnowRunner, but still. Sounds like you need better friends. Not sure who was that for. What's the map called? Red Canyon, I believe, dude. It's in the mods, and yeah, it's pretty highly rated. I think it was 91% upvoted, so I kind of, it's a pretty good sign for a map. Yeah, well worth it. I believe as well, I don't think it was that intensive on the memory, because that's what I've been struggling with a lot like recently, is just, yeah, I'm now about maxed out. I've got to keep going back onto my maps, selling all the trucks and everything, and then turning the mods off and all that. Otherwise it just says truck mod is missing. It drives me mad. But yeah, this one, it might have been 200 or 300 megabytes, but that's not bad. There is a truck mod pack thing. I can't remember the name of it now. It's some kind of Russian pack where you get like 5 odd trucks. It looks pretty good, but it's about 900 megabytes of memory, and it's just, it's a bit juicy, man. I've only literally got like 1,000 left. that'll near enough to max me out, and I don't know if that'll increase the chances of like crashing and slowness and all that. Talking to Daniel. It's been pretty stable as far as crashing for me lately. Only crash I've had in the last couple of months is the newest truck that dropped. Yeah, to be fair, it's been pretty stable for me. What was when I was live streaming? Oh yeah, I was in the Mustang, but I don't strictly know if that was the Mustang's fault. I believe I rolled, or I was midway to rolling, and then it just blue screen. But again, I mean, yeah, that was like the first time I've had it in weeks. I can live with that. It was a bit of a shame that it was midstream, because then it obviously cut my live stream in half, but other than that. Put a lean on. Keep an eye out for them rocks. To be fair, so far, for the most part, the rocks are of a fairly reasonable size. Definitely got some juicy, meaty ones, but nothing too super meaty. To start flipping me. And he's not absolutely pasted them all over the road, which is quite nice. Again, there's a couple. I can live with that. But when you've just got a sea of rocks to drive over, it's just this game's a little bit slow when it comes to climbing over rocks. So when they go a bit mad with them. Right. I believe I might be swinging around that way. I'm going to get a little checkpoint. The road. Oh, it's not really a road. Oh, it is. Oh, well, we might come back that way later. Oh, that's the need to check down. Daylight. Worth it. Probably. If it is worth it. Oh, it might be. Yeah. There's some tyre tracks. It's definitely getting me lean on. Unfortunately, this is yeah, one of the better modded trucks. It's still got its weight pretty low. It's quite a skinny truck though. But again, this is pretty cool. There's definitely like one thing I'd say I already do like about this map. It's definitely not easy, but it doesn't feel like it's just been lazily made difficult. It's actually like quite a technical map. What's not like in this? Yeah, half throttle doesn't really do a lot. We'll leave it for now. I'm not going to, but I'll bet every penny if I got the loaf out, he would get up there in a heartbeat. There's nowhere my loaf can't go. Does your other cousin live out there? It's Mr. Lone Coyote. He may well do. If you see him, we'll try and run him over. Oh, don't do it. I mean, fortunately, I have packed. Well, the loaf's got the autonomous winch, which is not as strong as I would like, but obviously, worst case scenario hits and this truck rolls and kind of lands on the loaf. And we're still getting out of there. Always got to take an emergency loaf. Mark himself, what's up, man? How's it going, dude? Good to have you joining us for the old stream. Daniel Morgan, that dude that shot here got 2 years. Yeah, probably should have got more than that, to be honest. Start popping guns off. Again, being in, I've never fired a gun. It's something I do need to do. I only live down the road from a shotgun, well, a gun club. Like, I could probably go there tomorrow. I think it's like 20. Well, it used to be 20 quid, and you could just, they'd lend you a shotgun to go shooting for a bit. But then a few years ago, some guy went there, rented a shotgun, and blew his brains out. So I don't know. Sure if there is relaxed on that policy anymore. But yeah, I say the biggest gun I've ever seen fired is, it sounds pretty crazy, but it is genuinely true. When I was a kid, like 6 or something. There was my older brother knew like a guy at school, and his older brother was already left school and all the rest of it, and a few miles from where we lived, basically the police were looking for him because he had a Magnum 44, and obviously in the UK, technically, if the gun was long enough, it is actually legal in the UK, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say he didn't have a licence or anything. And yeah, and I seen him shoot a rabbit with it, and 2 things I remember is it about deafened me when he fired it, and I was pretty far away when he fired it, and yeah, this rabbit just evaporated. Like, it was gone. Are all those bridges out? I believe that bridge is out as well. Well, I've drove all the way along here. Is it just me? Or is every bridge out? And that was just to build that wooden bridge. We need a mission where we build a bridge that we can cross. Agreed, Aftershock map. That was the other one that people were saying, I believe, last week. It was Red Canyon and Aftershock, and I was kind of going to load both and have a look. And then as soon as I seen this map, I was like, oh yeah, I quite like the look of this. I was just reading some of the a winter-themed map. Is that, yeah, the Aftershock? Right. Well, oh, there's a wooden plank. Yeah, but again, that bridge is just going to bridge that little gap that you have to drive around. I'd like to build one of these big fat bridges. So. Sorry, I was on the wrong corner of the map. Well. Question is now. I'll tell you. Let's drive up, see if there is a mission to accept. It's not looking like there is, but there's only one way to find out. If not, I might leave these here, go back to the garage. No mission there. There's no one down here. Oh, it's vehicle. Oh, it's got rear steer. That definitely helps. I was going to say, it's doing pretty well on the corners for such a long truck. In my life, I've shot a pellet rifle, a proper rifle, I forget the calibre, and a shotgun. That's pretty good. That's covering a wide range. I've done, yeah, shot plenty of pellet guns and stuff. They're like so legal in the UK that you don't even need a license or sod, or you can just go to a shop and buy them. Again though, like, there's a lot of guns in England that are more legal than people think. Like, we can have, yeah, handguns, rifles and shotguns. The only thing with a handgun is, as I've said before, I believe it has to be 60 centimetres long, like the whole gun. But obviously there's ways around that. Well, the irony is, like, a little 9mm snub nose would be highly illegal because it's very short and concealable, I assume, is the point. But if I got Dirty Harry's Magnum 44 with like a 20-inch barrel like you see on Demolition Ranch or something, so, like, as long as the gun is over 60 centimetres, I'm fine. I could have a Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum. You can get guns, you just put like an arm brace, like a wrist brace on it, that extends the length of it. So there's, and that's just, yeah, and then there's rifles and all that. A mate of mine, I can't remember if I said it before, but he cared for this farm and there was bison on the farm. And he had a, oh, what was it? It was not the 50 cal, was it the one? It was like a 338 Lapore thing. I believe that's the round, not the gun, but that's what it was firing. I just remember the name, I believe Lapore or something, or however you pronounce it. Yeah, because he had bison though. So, I mean, strictly speaking, I can have a 50 cal in England. The only stipulation with that is you've got to be a member of a gun club where you can fire it. But again, England, unlike America, there's not vast swathes of land where there's just going to be no people that I could go and fire a 50 cal. So if I went anywhere in England and fired a 50 cal off, just generally in the air, like, there's going to be somebody in the distance that could get hit, kind of thing. So, being a member of a gun club, I mean, yeah, whatever. People who just want to fire the rifle, they ain't going to care. They're going to join a gun club anyway, so. Right, let's get another truck, and we're going to have to go and investigate a different route. I do quite like that bear. Do we take the bear? Let's see if there's something a bit smaller though, because yeah, some of these roads are a little bit windy. Mustang is very nice, I'm not going to lie. I have to say though, a lot of these Max trucks, to be fair, I think he's done a pretty good job with them. They're definitely rough around the edges, but the actual core trucks themselves, they feel weighted pretty low down. They yeah, got a nice bit of speed to them, a lot of customization options, all the rest of it, so pretty good. A bit better, I would say, than like they've been upvoted. They seem to be a little bit low on the votes compared to like how sort of useful they could be. To build that bridge, look in the contract. Oh yeah, good point, dude. Cheers, man. I'll have a look. We'll pick a truck and then I'll check it out. So I could get one of these electric ones, but I've heard they've been nerfed, and when I drove one of the electric trucks last week, it did actually feel pretty terrible compared to what it was. Again, this is the problem we're having, like 20 mods turned on. Western Off-Road Star. I believe this is a Fox mod. Oh, it's already got that. Rocky Gaming 107, how are you? I'm not too bad, cheers dude. Feeling better than I was. We're getting there. Don't really need snorkels. At least we can have the login thing. I don't think there is any login to be done on this one, but oh yes, Bandit. And other than the fact that I just like loafs in general, yeah, the fact that there is a serious lack of winch points on this map, which is fine, but yeah, I'm definitely not going anywhere without me loaf. Rocky Gaming, I love the channel, I appreciate it, dude. Again, we'll be back to a kind of normal programming will resume once the next phase comes out. Oh, what am I doing? Merged like the loafy centipede. Canada is you can just go out in the woods in the ass end of nowhere and set up some hooted targets. Just don't get. That's the thing though. That like, and that's where if you lived in England, you'd sort of guns just aren't. It's not that everyone like hates. Again, there's a lot of villages in England, like. And guarantee I live in a village that's just surrounded by farmland and all sorts. There'll be loads of people that own guns. Just not liking it with the crane legs. Yeah, it's just one of those things because we haven't really got many places to use them other than a gun club. And not that I don't, you know, I wouldn't mind going to a gun club, but it's not as fun as just going into the middle of nowhere and shooting some shit. You know what it's going to be like in this day and age at a gun club. I have to wear a high-vis vest in case, I don't know. Just all that sort of stuff. It'll be health and safety and all, yeah. I always hear as well, people in America when they go to ranges, like how to get kicked off a firing range. And they fire like 3 bullets in a second and then the range master guy comes running over, shitting his pants. It's just one of them. I'd rather just be left alone and yeah, enjoy it. But one day I should probably go to that gun club, pop a few shots off. Both my brothers, because like their dad had a farm and yeah, they were older than me, they used to go there or whatever, they both used to have shotguns and they did shotgun shooting. Like Dave was apparently like very good at shotgun, like you know, clay pigeon shooting. He used to do the contests. Only at the gun club, not like, you know, professional contests or whatever, but at that gun club he was yeah, apparently pretty good. And again, Adam was apparently not bad, but he was younger, so he'd probably only had, he was like a few years behind. Right, oh yeah, contracts. They're all locked. Pick up data, no. Clear rockfall, no. Well, so far they're kind of all locked, which is a bit of a shame. I could just see, I assume before they make them illegal in the USA. They're getting a bit mad on gun control over there, I have to say. Drew Dog, what's up, Lone Wolf? How's it going, dude? Rick Tate, I had a UK shotgun license, moved to USA before it expired. Yeah, I mean that's it. Like I could literally go and get a shotgun license and a shotgun. Like there may be a little bit of waiting time. I don't know. I should imagine I'd pretty easily have a shotgun by next week. But again, after I've got one, I'm just going to go to the gun club, shoot targets, and then that's it. And it's not that I wouldn't say no, but it's just one of those things that I don't know. I've not desperately needed one thus far. There's always time. Yeah, well I don't know what to do. Like, it just says lock. Oh, complete. We'll go and see one of these that pick up data. That's just flying down there again. Well, let's do it, sod it, and let's just see. It might unlock some of the missions then. UK police showed 1 day after expiry and confiscated shotgun, but yeah, they're pretty keen on that. I mean, that's one, like, I don't like, yeah, one of the rules over here, I believe, if, say I bought a gun, and then had it in a gun safe, the police can come round at any time and, like, demand to see the gun safe to make sure that it's safe, which is stupid, because, well, I wouldn't blame anyone then for just illegally owning a shotgun and not telling them, to be honest. And yeah, that's the other thing, like, getting hold of an illegal gun in England, I could probably get it quicker than I could get a pizza delivered, so it's not really an issue. But again, it's just something that they don't not interest me, they're just, I've had no reason to have a weapon. In the high gear. My college campus was so empty during lockdown you could fire off a cannon with no danger of hitting anyone. I must admit, the whole coronavirus situation has kind of messed a lot of things up. Right, do we get another mission? No. Concrete blocks. Sod it, let's go and do this mission then, that's not too bad. Need 4 things, and it's kind of all delivering around here. Ah, and there's Mr. Loaf and the other truck, so we're kind of nearer to that than I thought. I went a seriously long way then to get to this corner. Kind of drove down here and then wiggled all the way along. Yeah. Gives a chance to check that corner out. Again though, it's definitely a very nice map, the views. I could just sit there and just look at that. Yeah, you have to do the contracts in order, yeah. It's not the end of the world though. I just want to get to one building that bridge so we can check out the other side. Tic Tac Gaming, hi, how's it going, dude? Oops, lost my guns in a tragic boating accident. Well, that's the thing, like, in America, where they're saying, oh yeah, we're going to, like, ban ARs, it's like, hypothetically speaking, of course, if I lived in America and I had an AR-15, I'd just say, oh yeah, somebody broke in last week and stole it. Prove me wrong. Because I ain't going to be sat in my house for that particular period of time where they feel like the need to relieve me of it. In America, the government should be disarmed before the people. I fully agree with and understand why Americans... Long story short, people wanted to govern America, and Americans kind of said, we'll let you govern on a bunch of conditions, like the Constitution, but essentially it was like, yeah, we're going to be armed, and if you take the piss, we're going to shoot you. And I think that's perfectly reasonable. It's like, if they don't like it, then don't govern it. Fuck off somewhere else and go and do whatever you want to do. But if you want to govern, then yeah, we're going to be armed to the teeth. So you best do a good job. Seems perfectly reasonable to me. Gun control doesn't do anything if you can't simply import exactly from Mexico. Like, it's the same. Oh yeah, crap, I need supplies. Yeah, in England you can get an illegal gun. Like, it's not hard. I mean, you can get, well, yeah, drugs, Class A drugs. People are going to go to prison probably for as long as they're going to do for guns, whatever. I don't know. There's whatever crime it is, there's going to be somebody. And again, once you make something illegal, you now hand it over to criminals to take care of. But if they just made it legal, there'd be a lot more people owning legal guns. Right, sorry, I'm getting a bit... Oh, I've got to go back in there. Concrete, I need 3 of them. And a service part. Oh, so I'm going to need a bigger trailer. Yeah, gun control is just stupid. It's like in America where you have these gun-free zones. It's like, well, hypothetically, if I wanted to be a mass shooter, I know where I'm going. Because I'm not going to go to slap bang in the middle of rural Texas, because I'm going to get my ass shot to pieces within minutes. I'm going to go to California in a gun-free zone and have the time of my life for half an hour while people scream and panic because they've only got a rape whistle. And again, in England, it's just, there's so many less people that have guns. It isn't as much of an issue over here. But again, in America, you've got, like, I don't know, out in the wild, there's things that'll mess you up. In England, we have, like, a honeybee. That's, like, the most serious thing that's going to try and start a fight with me, is a bee. Not even a deadly bee. In America, you're going to have, like, a giant warthog thing coming flying out the bush or something. It's like, you need to pop a cap in it. Or people. And they always overhype gun deaths and everything in America. A lot of gun deaths in America come from suicide, but those people would probably commit suicide if they didn't have a gun. It's just a gun is a very, I imagine, a pretty quick method. And what's wrong with that? Like, people are going to kill themselves. Put it this way, in England you get a lot of people jumping in front of trains to kill themselves. And I'd say that's a lot more messed up than just shooting yourself in the head. Service spare part. Yes, please. What's the other one? At least they're a single cargo. I was worried then for a second it might be double. Oh god, here we go with the trailer. skinned off the wall. That'll do. Bit of daylight. Did you do the lone mission on the map? I believe I did. Did it just give me like some free money basically? Right, we're all supplied up, so we'll go over this way first. I have to know now. I want to drive over this pipe. Oh, it's beaching. What a beast. Worth it. Worth every penny. Discussing lockdowns, how some people may say it's unconstitutional. I'm not. Oh, sorry. Split that word in half. Didn't have time to focus on that one. Locking people up is, yeah, pretty messed up, to be honest. I don't think they should. And I've said it before, if I fancy going out for a walk, jog or otherwise in England, lockdown or not, I'm going out. Like, the irony of a policeman that's out telling me I can't be out is laughable. Just fortunate for me that I'm like a hermit crab that never really likes to go out anyway. But as soon as they said there's a lockdown, I had this overwhelming urge to go out, just because I was told not to. I don't know, I'm perfectly law-abiding, but then I have a serious issue with authority telling me what to do. I'm one of those people that's like, ask me to do something and I'll do it. If you tell me to do something, principles get involved then. It's the same with all this vaccine stuff as well, isn't it, really? Apparently I've got like a 99-point-something% chance of living. And then they said the vaccine is 90% effective. It's like... So it's like 9.9% less effective than not having it? How does that work? That doesn't sound like a good deal to me. I've lost 2 friends. Something by guns. It's one of them though, like with guns. Obviously, yeah, there's going to be people that get shot and that's terrible, but I will say there's people in England getting killed without guns. It's going to happen. Like, if people haven't got guns, they'll get knives or illegal guns or something. There's always something. And there's also a lot of people that get saved every day by guns. That's the bit that they don't tell you. Well, I don't know how many Americans die a day because of bad people with guns. But I wonder how many A, get saved by good people with guns, but also how many people don't have something bad happen because the bad person knows they've got a gun. Again, if I was a criminal in America, I would not want to be breaking into houses in rural Texas because I'm going to be blown to pieces before long. I'm going to go to the place where it's a gun-free zone and I can get away with murder and all the rest of it. And let's be honest, sadly, California is turning into... Yeah. I mean, it's like London over here. London over here is like the California of America. And it's not looking good for either place. But then a lot of people confuse like England in general with London, because you probably hear a lot more about London. And it's the same over here, like... Yeah, there's a lot of places in America that are a lot different to California. Crook. Evening, Mr. Wolf. How's it going, dude? Drop in high, so I've been a bit distracted. What the hell? Is it just me, or did those barriers just appear as I dropped that thing off? I don't know, I just kind of caught them out the corner of my eye. I'm pretty convinced they just appeared. Good thing with the Western Star, White Western Star, is it's, well, in its original form anyway, it was very non-tippy. 20 grand. Some pretty good wages for these missions. I think I've just seen, yeah, you can't defend yourself with a knife, but you can stab someone else. That sounds about the state of the situation. Clear rockfall. Let's go and do that quickly then, and it might actually unlock us some bloody missions. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, again, there's technicalities in England. Like, when them people broke into my house, if I had a knife close by for the purposes of stopping an intruder, and I stabbed them and killed them, I'd be done for, I don't know if it'd be murder or manslaughter, it might be like 3rd-degree murder or something completely ridiculous. But if somebody broke in whilst I was cutting a cake, and I had a knife in my hand, and I stabbed them with that, I wouldn't get done. And I mean, I think the difference they're trying to go for is, like, if I had a weapon solely for the purpose of stabbing an intruder, it's kind of a premeditated weapon. Again, I still completely disagree. It's like, well, they premeditated robbing my house, so fuck them. Gut them like a fish for all I care. But, yeah, if I was just making a cake and I just so happened to have my knife on me, like, it's stupid. Absolutely, yeah, I'm not defending, like, English laws, but again, you can hear the same in America. There's a lot of stupid stuff. It's getting out of hand, let's be honest. It's getting out of hand everywhere, though. It's not just America, not just England. I think it's going to hell in a handbasket pretty fast. Too many oversensitive people. That's the problem. I think what the world needs is like a good old-fashioned war, like another World War III. Thin the herd a little bit. Get a bit of perspective to people. If you burst into tears if you say the wrong pronoun or something. Like, have a few grenades thrown your way. You won't be worrying about pronouns much longer. And that's not to single out people who moan about pronouns, I'm just saying, it's like, grenades probably do offer a bit of perspective. Bill Mayer, fully vaxxed, got COVID. Yeah, there's been people over here that have been vaccinated and got COVID. Obviously, some have been vaccinated and got blood clots and died and all that. It's like, yeah, no thanks. Especially the vaccine companies, like, they could inject 1 million people, those 1 million people die, and that vaccine company has no comebacks. You can't sue them, nothing. Which basically means they don't really need to give a shit if people are getting blood clots or otherwise. They're going to be getting paid a wodge just for producing them. Decent. A bit leany there. How many? No, not wooden planks. Where's me? Rockfall. 2 service spare parts. Be nice to take a slightly smaller trailer, or is it worth it? Doesn't matter, does it? Where the variants lab leaked to. Wow. I mean, I heard the other week that the Chinese government were talking a while ago about the concept of weaponizing COVID strains, and it all seems a bit iffy. See, this is like why I don't like this trailer. I mean, what is it doing? Because my thing, like with the viruses and all the rest of it, I wonder sometimes, and I find interesting. Like, one, we always have a new virus coming along every few years, very conveniently, like SARS and bird flu and all the rest of it. Now COVID, obviously. The other thing is, like, if you were a virus, you've got 2 choices. You attack the host and make them ill. Why is there never a virus that makes you feel good or does something good for you? Because that would make sense. Like, you'd be a very successful virus, or bacteria, whatever, if you, I don't know, did something good for the host. Well, why is it always bad things? It's very convenient. Drift on there. I mean, imagine if you got a virus that just slowly releases like dopamine and serotonin and you feel great all the time. Oh, well, hell no, I ain't getting this cured. I'm keeping him. He can stay. Getting a bit wobbly there, I was trying to read the chat. The base gets very bumpy over it. We're into the low ranges. Again, I do like this White Western start. It's very good for not tipping, and I don't know, it's got just nice suspension and everything. I believe, again, this is Fox's version, which is definitely better, but it still feels like the classic kind of White Western style feel. Which, again, it's a very nice truck, this. If this had a more powerful engine that kind of upped it nearer to the top end of trucks, it'd be one of the top trucks, I reckon. Right, hey up. Final steps. Oh, we might have a bridge to build. We do. Wooden planks. Yep. Let's do it. I have to say, I quite like... I know it might be slightly lazy. Oh yeah, it's that button. I was pressing the wrong one. I quite like that I can just get everything from this one store. It's working out quite convenient at the minute, if I do say so myself. COVID isn't fake, I was in... Oh no, I certainly don't think it's fake. I believe certain elements of it are probably being blown out of proportion and all the rest of it, but yeah, I definitely, absolutely don't think it's fake. Like, there's a lot of people that have died from it. But there is a lot of people each year that used to die from flu that's miraculously vanished this year, just in time. Yeah, but like, I think it's legit. And I'm asthmatic and stuff, so I've definitely kind of had a vested interest in making sure I don't get it, because I don't think I'd be like particularly at risk to die, but I certainly don't think it'd do me any favours being asthmatic. Like, I hear a lot of people, particularly on the chest, it's getting them. And yeah, certain people I think have been getting pneumonia and all sorts, so it's definitely not good. Like, I'm not just brushing off the situation, but again, where did it come from? Like, bear in mind, when you look at things like, they already had COVID-19 teddy bear things. There was at some summit, like, before COVID broke out and everything, like, they knew about COVID before it spread. Before it even started, put it that way. And then it makes you wonder how and why did they know about it. But again, it's one of many, many crazy things. Let's be honest, the world is up to all sorts. I don't think we're particularly privy to all the information. Supplies are limited at the storage by the garage. Oh, are they? I didn't even notice. Cheers for letting us know. Got to have a strong immune system. That helps. That helps. Oh, sir. Yeah. Oh, I agree. I used to years ago get the flu jab just because I got offered it because I'm asthmatic, but I've not had it for ages because I wouldn't go as far as to say I don't trust it. But every time I had it, I felt seriously ill anyway, and I don't know. I'd rather just, yeah, like you say, fight it. Obviously, I don't want the flu, but I don't know. I don't really want the flu jab either. Oh yeah, they are limited. So we've got no more concrete blocks, unlimited service spare parts, 2 lots of wood. Oh, what? And we need 4. Really? So where else are we going to get wood? That's what she said. I've gone on a little drive. To be honest, it was quite a nice little drive actually. We've not been over this side of the map. Do we get another truck? Possibly. Yeah, we'll leave that one here. See, he's already next to that wood. It's a bit massive to be driving down some of these roads, to be honest. Right. Start from this side. You just smoke your weed and mind your own. Sounds like a plan. The time to do anything was last year. Spread it fast and far. When the vulnerable host population gone, virus goes extinct. Yeah, well, I mean, look, even in America with that, what's his Cuomo guy that was putting COVID people in nursing homes. I mean, I certainly know if my grandparent had been killed because of that, I wouldn't be leaving that one. I mean, again, like I say, I think it's very real, but there's certainly something, I don't know, a slight manufactured, manipulated feel to the whole situation as well. Who do we get? Something that can have a trailer. I do like that, but it was very slow. I remember using that last week. Sod it. It's rare I get to use this. The fact that this one's actually a pretty good one. I mean, again, it's a little rough around the edges, but he's basically dialed it up to 11 and just let you go to town on it, which is pretty good. I do quite like those tyres. Max. Difflux, yes please. Gotta have the snorkels. Oh yeah, wood. Well, I might just take a trailer. Oh, I could do that. I'm going to try for this one. It's risky, since this thing is rapid. I'm going to risk not loading a load. I'm just seeing if we can absolutely rally the crap out of it. Gotta have a bit of high-speed trucking every now and then. I may regret it. I may be back here in a minute, covering this garage. Again, why are they blocking the roads like that? Hopefully you can just drive around them. I mean, what are they hoping to achieve on? Canada is under a dictatorship, turning into tyranny. You need to watch Rebel News, an independent source. Yeah, I never watch like mainstream news anymore. There's one thing that I believe Trump definitely did hammer home with the whole fake news situation, which I would have agreed with that long before he was even on the scene. And we get it over here, BBC, it's literally like government funded. And they've been caught staging all kinds of shit, man. They've been caught staging protests and all kinds of stuff, like people filming it on their mobile, like the BBC turning up, handing out protest signs to people and saying, can you stand here and look like you're protesting? And then they do a news thing like, oh yeah, look, here's a bunch of protesters, and it's like, you lying bastards. I don't be trusting any of that. I mean, I think as far like in the world, some people underestimate the power of like propaganda. Really, you look at places like North Korea. But then again, it's funny because I was saying this to, it might have been my mum the other week, that we're talking about North Korea. But then I was like, how do we know it's as bad there as we've heard it is? And I appreciate, yeah, it probably is, and I know that's a bad example, but I'm just saying, it's like the vast majority of us has never been there. It's only what we've been told. And you kind of realise when you're growing up, like, you kind of get told, you assume things with the news and that are like trusted positions where it's like they couldn't possibly lie because someone had called it out, but then you realise when you grow up that they can lie and there isn't always somebody to call it out, because they'll just get fired and buried and railroaded and all the rest of it. Like, I don't know, yeah. There's a lot of sneaky things going on in the world. It ain't all as moral as we were taught growing up. I live in Canada, RPM is fuck, yeah, Justin Trudeau. It's definitely pretty high on the bell end scale, I would say. Kind of up there, we have David Cameron, him and Trudeau would make a good pair of bellends. Yeah, I mean, I heard with Trudeau, was that terrorist guy that he'd give like 10 million payout, and the guy blew some Delta Force like army guy up with a grenade or something. Again, that was a bit vague on that one, but I remember reading it years ago. Pretty disgusting. Should be giving the Delta Forces widow. I'm Native American, they've been doing a great job of ignoring us for years. Yeah, true, exactly. For what it's worth, I think, yeah, they ignore everybody with equal measure. I think they're pretty indiscriminate in their discrimination. Do we go direct? I might have to just go back. So I've got to take it to there. But I need 4. So I may as well go back here, yeah. Again, I can hear that classical music. It kind of sounds quite good. Right, if I just turn the engine off. Good. So I wasn't going mental. With my hammer. Obviously I live in Nova Scotia. I don't know much about that, but it looks pretty nice. Is that where they headed to in... well, go there in quite a few films, don't they? Did they go there in that Greenland film recently, and what was the other one, World War Z? Is that where they ended up? Looks pretty scenic. It sounds like you're the best bet if there's a zombie apocalypse. Judge ruled the government can block the constitutional right of protest. Yeah, you see, when it's stuff like that, it's going too far then. Like, the whole point of that is like, well, no, you don't get to say what I can and can't protest about. And if you do, I'll protest. See, that's one of the things, like, I don't think I've ever gone and protested at anything in my life. So if they suddenly said to me, I can't, it's like, you want to fucking bet? See you there in 10 minutes with a sign, mate. Am I even going the right way? It feels like the right way. Get a bit of daylight again while we're there. Yeah, I could do quite a bit of messing around on this map, I have to say. I like it. I quite like, to be honest, that there's not really any muddy patches I've hit so far. And again, that's all good. I know it's an off-road terrain game and all the rest of it, but I've had plenty of goes at driving through mud at 2 miles an hour. This whole thing is kind of, yeah, I suppose it's almost like, instead of deformable terrain, it's just like some serious outback off-road terrain. Yeah, it's quite cool. We are living in communist China. Yeah, exactly like I imagine living there. Getting more communist by the day, I believe. Vote the People's Party next election. To be honest, like, the trouble is like, any political party that tries to get up there, they're going to be infiltrated, manipulated, buried, all the rest of it. Like, it is very corrupt the way it all goes. I mean, let's be honest, with Trump, they pulled out some pretty filthy tricks. And whether you like it or not, it's irrelevant. I'm just saying, though, it's like how much they cried and moaned for 4 years. They shouldn't even be allowed to be in government. People like Pelosi, it's like, if you can't handle not winning without throwing your toys out the pram and acting like a spoiled little cunt, then you shouldn't be anywhere near government. Like, they should have worked with him, even if they don't like him, just because that's what the vote said. And it's like, yeah, don't have to like him, don't have to agree with anything, all the rest of it, but the fact that they just absolutely threw their toys out the pram and were like, oh, impeachment this, impeachment that, oh god, he's ate some ice cream, let's all cry. I don't know, it was just like, they're so desperate to moan about him that it became old and boring. every time you turn on the news, it was like, oh, Trump insert bad thing here, and it's like, yeah, here we go again. Like, what's he done this time? Has he breathed too many times in a minute? And they kind of took the edge off their own complaining, because they just never stopped with it. But to be that, yeah, petulant about, like, America's right to vote and all the rest of it is pretty disgraceful, to say the least. And again, that's irrelevant whether you're for him, against him, otherwise. It's just, yeah, like they shouldn't treat it like it's their own little playhouse, and when somebody else got in, they're just like, well, we don't like it. Let's be awkward for 4 years. But for the most part, I mean, over here you've got, like, what's it, Conservative and Labour that are kind of like, Conservative is like the Republican equivalent-ish. That's the thing, though. In name, but again, it's all, yeah, they're all kind of linked up. They know what they're, they know what's going on. Right, can I drop this off in here and just load it up on this Western Star? Wooden planks. Yeah, can I not load them into that, like? Really? Crane them off. There we go again with the crazy trailer. Yep. Ram it out the way. Trailer. Just get out of the way now. Do a bit of juggling around for a minute, but we'll get there. Oh, I thought for a second they were going to be like stuck together. Be able to do it in one. Would have been pretty nice. Looks close enough. Neo-economy, yeah, it's all just, there's too much power for wealthy, corrupt people not to get in on it. And again, like, some people will be like, oh, it's conspiracy stuff. It's like, it's literally not. It's just the way the world works. Good business, sadly. Just quickly attach this pack then. Get this trailer out of the way, I'll grab the other two, and we're good to go. What are the chances? Highly doubtful, I would say. Yeah, it's around that trailer. So this is what, like, every time you want to turn one way, the dolly axle just goes the other way. So you just end up kind of, yeah, doing what I did, just kind of make it go the other way and then just ram it. It's the only way I know how. Is that right in Chinese? I appreciate you viewing the stream. If you are, dude, I apologise. I have absolutely zero chance of reading that. It'd be pretty cool if I could, but to be honest, I'm still working on English for the most part. On crane. Oh, it's close. It would count. Sure, I can't cargo. Store crane, and we're off. Happy days. We'll give this White Western Star another go. Again, I'm quite liking it. Oh yeah, we're going to go on some crazy adventure down the cliffs again. So, oh yeah, probably don't want to ramp off this time. Well, oh no, I thought it was over here. I thought we were allowed to build that bridge. Have I just got the wrong contract selected? Oh yes. Oh, we did only need 2 planks. Oh well. I apologise guys. I got mixed up. So after all that, I mean, do we take all 4 now? Yeah, sort out taking all 4. Well, the good news is, we're going to get there quicker. Hopper in high and we're good to go. So you can hear with this engine, it's quite a sort of lazy, slow revving engine. In fact, a little bit more. Not a lot though. Just a little bit quicker maybe to introduce the power more than more power. Biden is the problem under a false government help. Yeah, that was a shit show, let's be honest. I watched that election. And again, regardless of sides, that was the dodgiest shit I've ever seen. Where the ballots and everything closed, and then it reopened later with Biden suddenly having millions more votes. Like, that was some messed up stuff. And if that had happened the other way around with Trump, I'd have been saying exactly the same. Again, that's nothing to do with political sides. That was just pure principle. Like, that looked dodgy, to say the least. But how many times has it been done before? I mean, you look in America, like, letting somebody like Trump have a go. The reason why I'm not opposed to that kind of thing is, since I was born, there was like, what, George Bush Sr., Clinton, George Bush Jr., Obama, which is, you know, best mates with the Clintons and all the rest of it. Like, it's always been their little group. Like, it's the same powerful people getting a turn. And let's be honest, if Trump didn't run, well, there was Hillary Clinton on one side and Jeb Bush on the other side, so if Trump didn't run, you were going to get the choice. Before you ever got to cast a vote, 2 people you would have got to choose between would have been Jeb Bush and Clinton, guaranteed. So you would have had a choice, in quotations, between another Bush or another Clinton. Like, is that a choice? That's clearly just the same powerful families taking it in turns to have another go and all the rest of it. Well, it's a bit of a wiggly one, but we'll go for it. Not really worried about my trucks, this trailer that... bit of fee. Again, why do they block the road? I mean, nice effort, but... It reminds me years ago, I can't remember if I told you, but that guy I worked with that was a complete maniac, where he drove that digger into a house that fell on him and all the rest of it. It was in the Isle of Man, and come on, bumper. Yeah, we were driving up in the mountains, and the mountain road was closed because it had been snowing. And yeah, he just did that, drove around the sign, and then we almost died because he just went flying down a snowy hill at like 60 miles an hour. It looked like we were about to go flying off the edge of a literal mountain. Thankfully it dug in a little bit and got around the corner, but yeah. It was one dangerous man. I'll be amazed if he's still alive, to be honest. Don't get. It must just be that bumper. To be fair, that is steeper than the camera kind of would suggest. I think it's just that front corner, which I'm surprised because it's not even got a bumper on it. Right. Oh, come on. To be honest, it's not helping that the trailer's kind of done that stupid dolly axle thing and it's pushing my back end. I kind of need that back end to sink over to the right as we're looking at it now. We'll give it a jiggle. There we go. See, again, I like this though. This is, to me, this is like technical difficulty, not lazy difficulty, where they've just slapped a bunch of like arbitrary rocks in the way to make it awkward. Like this is legitimately awkward to climb down. But at the same time, oh, don't do it to me, trailer. This will be a miracle. No. Right. Pack it and floor it. It's close. It's looking good. Drop the hammer. Oh, yes. I believe the modders have made it more relaxed on how it lets you pack the cargo, which again I fully appreciate, because I'm not playing, you know, cargo packing runner. Like, I mean, if it fell over all over the place, fair enough, but if it's even remotely on the trailer, then it's good. Let me get away with doing like I just did there. Dude, I can't work out if this truck's getting stuck, or its gearbox is going mental and it keeps randomly, like, trying to reverse or something, I don't know. Oh, we are getting our lean on. I think I'm only attached to the loaf there. Might have to... oh, wait, got a crane. Remember this from the old tips video? Use it as a counterweight. Come on, get that front end up. That's what she said. I was not happy about it. To be low on that crane a little bit. That's more like it. And if you really wanted to go all out, you pop a loaf on the end of that crane. It's like the ultimate counterweight. Right. Well, the way I'm driving forward, it's just not liking it. Hold on. Those barriers block the harder route. How do they? Well, it ain't stopping me flying around them. Wouldn't it have been easier to go around? Let's have a look. I'm not actually sure. I believe I just went down that bit. I had that option, or... yeah, I suppose... well, then again, I'm going to have to crawl down that bit. Or I went all the way along the wiggly road originally to get round... where did I pop out? Yeah, I popped up there, and then sort of... so... I don't know, there is a few other options. I don't strictly know which would have been easier or not, to be honest. There doesn't appear to be any just like completely straightforward. What does that... I'm not going to drop these off, but... oh, 4 planks, and I have got 4 planks, but it's just building a pointless bridge. At the minute, anyway. Not wasting 4 planks on that. It's the map does that with me. What's that mate? Oh, diffs. See, again, it's just slow to introduce the power on this truck. Other than that, I do quite like it. Oh, let me do it to me. It's done it. Oh, we are fully gone. To be honest, I could get the loaf out. I might be able to flip this, but I was going to say I might just go and get a different truck, to be honest, because... why is it not offering me the rear winch point? 1 sec. Yeah, it might be worth just bringing a longer crane, to be honest, because reaching this wood now it's slipped down there might be a little bit iffy on no front winch. Let's get that back end round a little bit. That's the one. Should have brought the old, what's it called, autonomous winch. I agree, don't use shortcuts. Trailers not recommended. This is going to be a little bit of messing around because I've not got anything to winch to other than this, what's it called, white Western Star thing, but we'll get there. I'm certainly not worried about getting the loaf out. See, he's goddamn professional. Oh, I'm bumping into the crane. Roll it back. Well, he likes living dangerously, let's be honest. But he is still. He is still the goddamn horse that we know and love. This is what I mean. I can flip this, but is it? I don't even know if it's worth it. Gonna have to go up there. I'll keep messing around for a bit. If it's going to take ages, I'll just go and get another vehicle, because again, I'm kind of on a live stream. Feels a little bit time. I don't know, yeah. Kind of need some speedy recoveries going on. Hey, he was able to winch to something. It's that rock behind me that I'm stuck on. Get off that rock. Let me get one up there. To be honest, first things first, I'm going to pull this front end round a little bit more. Doesn't look like I can use rocks today though. But again, I still, this map is definitely pretty cool. Doing this, like, yeah, little rescues is pretty fun. Just get that front end round a little bit. Problem is, I've got to go up there to kind of have any momentum to winch this thing. I'm pretty sure I will be able to get up there, but it's just I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be worth it. I'm not worried about flipping the white Western Star. Oh, here we go. It's the I'm not sure if I'll be able to reach all the wood things once I do. So I've got a feeling some of them are going to tip. Normally fires up when he's at that angle. Let's get that back end up in the air, and then it should tip down. One way. Oh, camera's going a bit mad. There he is. Oh, that was my fault, I was in reverse. The trailer. Yeah, that was my cock up there a little bit. So, just first. No, there is no winch point. I think I got lucky with that one. I was reading the chat and I just heard me delete something. Now you know why that bridge exists. That's true actually. Must admit. It does make a lot of sense. See, again though, time-wise at the minute, I would probably just go and get a truck from the garage. But one thing I do enjoy in this game, and part of the reason I do always take a loaf, is I kind of like to try and get myself out of the trouble without... Uh-oh. It's not going to help. Of course he lands it though. Alright, sod it, let's just do it from here then. Keep messing around trying to get up there. See if we can get the back end around a bit more. See? For a little thing, he's a meaty little horse. I'll just create my own angle. Should have done it originally. Looks pretty good though. I assume Fox has put those winch points on. Yeah, so I'm probably a little bit close. Yeah, a lot of what I like on this game though is trying to get myself out of trouble without having to resort. So there is rare winch points, but they appear to only be those stupid little bushes anyway. I suppose they're not really going to do a lot. This little section here is like a black hole. Oh, I've noticed something else as well. I've put chained on my loaf, not muds. Won't make the world a difference, but I would prefer muds, I'm not going to lie. Oh, God, this road. So, in fact, can we go for 2 in 1? Can we just flip it? Ah, definitely. Just flip me. We might be able to flip the White Western Star by using this little black hole section. Come on, White Western Star. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and get another truck in a minute. I could happily sit here all day, all night. This is what I love doing, but it doesn't make for the busiest of live streams, if I'm honest. But again, you can see, I mean, the loaf can just keep getting back to its wheels, so you keep getting one more chance. Let's get rid of sunlight. Oop. The handbrake on. I don't know why, this one little bit here is just a black hole. It's like I can't grip on it or anything. It's fine here. Let's find that winch point. A wider winch point would be better, but yeah, I need it to winch far enough from the back so it swings it round and tries to tip it rather than just dragging it forwards. Jesus, come on, White Western Star. Any time this year. He gets a victory horn. Oh, piece of wood is still there. I might be able to do this. I might just need to go and get a bigger crane. Alright, come on back end, get round. That back piece of wood though. Oh, then again, now I can move the winch points. Yes. We're all good. I think I'm not going to need a crane. Oh, I don't knock one of those pieces down. And then again, I only need 2 pieces of wood, don't I? Oh, that's a bad idea, getting the bottom one first. I used ringers 6x6 and 4x4 most of the deliveries. Trying to think which sure I've played that, because the name rings a bell. Hold on, modder, dude. Let's just pack them quickly. Get that one next. It's on his feet, of course. Again, you just sit there long enough with a loaf. It'll get out of pretty much anything. And again, especially if I had the autonomy. If I had the advanced winch on, which I'd prefer as far as like flicking this White Western Star, would have been easier if A, I had an advanced winch, and B, I still think, especially in this terrain, mud tyres would have been better. But yeah, with the autonomous, like, you can just get out of everything. And it may not always be the quickest method, like, I appreciate that. I don't know in this case. I mean, I would have had to have gone back to the garage, built a truck, and drove it out of here. And then even then I could have rolled that on the way and all sorts, so... You never know. But for me, a lot of it is just like, I quite like the challenge of trying to get out of a situation. Without having to, like, recover to the garage or anything. Lifts on... Not too sure how that trailer's going to like this, but I'm just going to have to drop my hammer. Oh no, how do you winch the one thing that wasn't a loaf? Sorry loaf, I just needed to get that trailer past. Must be a conspiracy. I don't know what, but it wouldn't surprise me. Jay War, hi, how's it going, dude? Juice of Cane, hello, Mr. Lone Wolf. No Dusty Loaf. He appears, oh no, he's pretty, still got some muck on him that side. Never mind, there he is. Oh yeah, he's just, as usual, performed another rescue. We're going to put him in backwards. Oh. Anyway. Good. Restore crane. Pack trucks. Here he is. And we're off again. Oh, that's just the same, yeah. You ain't taking my wood. Not now. Is Britain offering the vaccine yet? I believe some older folks have been offered the chance so far. Yeah, in fact, I believe my granddad has had the vaccine. I know I've not, but again, I don't want it anyway. CRB. No way, this is much more entertaining than why I'm here. I appreciate it, dude. The camera does deceive you a little bit on this game. I don't know what the camera does, but it kind of... It smooths out the look of some slopes until you adjust the camera and you're suddenly like, oh yeah, that's a lot more slopey than it looked. But again though, yeah, this map, it's a very nice balance. It feels like a difficult map, but not a punish, and that's actually quite a relatively difficult balance to achieve, I would say. I mean, oh, don't get me wrong, things definitely go like majorly wrong on this map. Stop paying attention for a minute, go flying off there, it's game over. But yeah, it's actually like, just pretty well balanced overall. Why is it not letting me deliver? That's not good. Have I got to activate the correct mission? I am on the correct mission. I don't know if I want one. Oh, it's accepted now. That's a bit odd. Normally I think on the normal maps it just let you drop it off whether you're on the mission or not. Please don't crash. If it's going to crash, it's going to be when you get one of them cutscenes. And I'm only saying that a normal game like the base maps have crashed before on those cutscenes. Well, we're over. Let's run out of the way a little bit. Stop the engine. Send these beasts back. I got broken suspension on this truck, but to be honest, it's not really making any difference. I don't know if it's worth repairing with a loaf, because it's only going to slowly break again. So, we can finally go and check out this half of the map. What we got? Yeah, let's go and check out whatever's down there. We need to know. Could be a field of loafs. Anyone who suffers from vertigo? Do you know, apparently with like, you know, people who have an extreme fear of heights, apparently as they're looking over, their brain really wants to jump, like it wants to know what it's like to go flying off that cliff. I don't know, I remember hearing it years ago, like being explained how it kind of worked, and it sort of made sense, because I kind of get it. If I look like, I used to live near the seaside, and there was some, I mean, tall enough cliffs that if you fell off them you'd die. Yeah, every time I looked over them, there's like a slight, I wouldn't say I've got a major fear of heights. I think I've got like a healthy fear of heights. I don't particularly want to, you see like that old picture in New York when they're building like the Empire State Building or whatever, and they're just eating their packed lunches on that iron beam thing sticking out, like, yeah, I'm not sure I'd be up for that. But it's funny when you have like certain fears, like arachnophobia, a fear of spiders. Some spiders can kill you. Like, they don't have, for example, a word, a phobia, for a fear of sharks, or I believe they don't, because, or a fear of lions, because a lion will eat you. So it's obvious to be scared of a lion, but again, with a tarantula, I'll mess you up pretty good. I am irrationally petrified of spiders. I hate them. Everything else I'm good. Snakes, not a problem. I mean, cockroaches and all that, I'm not bothered about them. Obviously, if I've seen one running around in my kitchen, I never have. I don't even know if we get cockroaches over here, but I wouldn't be going to pick it up and pet it, obviously. But spiders, I just really can't stand them. The fear of the splat of the ground is more scary. Yeah, it's not the falling that gets you. It's the extreme deceleration when you hit the floor. Don't need to fear the fall, only the sudden stop of the bottom. Yeah, there you go. You're falling forever. It's like when they used to, like, you hear as in stories or whatever as a kid, like a bottomless pit. I used to think, well, it's not going to kill you. You'll just be falling for a bloody long time, but that's about it. Some spiders just make you feel bad. Yeah, I'd like just a few things when I was a kid. One, they always say over here, oh, spiders can't bite you. I'm telling you now, spiders can bite you, because I've been bitten, my mum's been bitten, my brother's been bitten. They bite, guaranteed. But yeah, I just had like, years ago, I remember the worst one was, I was in bed, and I felt something like tickling my foot a bit, and I suddenly, after a few times, was like, oh no, I hope it's not a spider. I flicked the covers off myself, and this massive house spider was on my foot, and it ran up my leg and up my chest, and it honestly, in like a half a second to a second, it made it from my foot to nearly my chin. Thankfully, I kind of slapped it off as it got there. It was like running at my head. I swear, man, it was trying to start a fight or something. So I knocked it off me, and then it ran under my little cupboard or whatever. And it was like, oh no. No, I can't. I ain't going to bed with that big bastard in here when he just tried to start a fight with me. I think I sprayed a load of deodorant under there. It choked him out. Sad but true. It had to happen. It was him or me. I mean, again, I might have said it before, but if I owned a gun, my god, there would be some holes wherever I live. You can just see the holes surrounded by, like, spider guts. I wouldn't go near them beasts. I'd be shooting the shit out of them. Well, what's going on down here? Oh, we've got more missions, though. Oh, wooden planks. Well, there's none left there, so that's lying. Okay, so that's probably just going to be a drop-off point, and there's not actually, by the looks of it, a whole lot in terms of missions I can pick up. Right, it's only a gigantic house, easily missed. Yeah. Just got a bit of daylight again, so... Looks like it gets a bit more windy there. Off map. What's that? Blocks and slabs. Off map pipes. Well, let's just start heading that way. Basically, go all the way to there. Don't around there. Might have to wiggle around there. How much fuel we've got? Have we got any fuel stations over this side? Off-map steel. We're a trailer store, we can get a trailer and juice up. See if we can make it there then. So that little dot there. Might even rally over the top if we can. If you live in Oz, you have reason. Oh, sorry, I missed that last little bit. Technically F1, hi, how's it going, dude? If you're joining us for the old stream. Spiders and termite don't like cedar. It's good to know. Apparently spiders over here don't like conkers as well. Do you get conkers in America? I would have thought you do, but I don't really know. Like conker fights as a kid. Before the age of smartphones. Probably doesn't even exist, conker fighting anymore. Sad but true. I used to pick up spiders in my hand when I was a kid. Apparently, when I was like a baby, I would pick... Yeah, I tried to eat a spider and all sorts. Then when I was like pretty young but old enough when I can remember, I used to pick a few spiders up. I didn't like them, but I was essentially trying to get over my phobia of them. And then one bit me, and that didn't help. And then when that one ran up like my whole body and tried to lunge at my face, yeah, that kind of just did it for me. And I mean, again, it's not like... I'm sure there's people even more irrational than me with it. Like, I every now and then, well, quite often in my bathroom, there's a massive spider in there, but it's like one of those harvest spiders, or I think daddy long legs spiders, some people call them. I call the other things that fly around daddy long legs, but anyway, yeah, they just sit there. They build a little web. They sit there and they do nothing. It's house spiders that I don't like. The big, hairy, beastie-looking ones that just run far too fast for my liking. Oh, we haven't got a lot of fuel. Well, we've got some in the load, but I'm not sure if it'll get us there or not. What was the original tank? 500 litres. We did go on quite a trek with it, though. We might be able to get there, we'll see. If not, we'll have to send in the White Western Star. But the loaf might get us by on this one. Depends how rough the terrain is, really, as to how much fuel I'm going to nail on the way. The spiders in Oz could carry on. I know, like, I mean, Australia's got it pretty rough. I remember seeing a photo of, again, I might have said it before, but there was a dead shark on the beach with a wild dog eating the shark, and then in the foreground was a tarantula eating a snake, and the snake's probably deadly in its own right, and the shark was. It was like, god damn nature, it's scary. Like, even deadly things are getting killed. So yeah, we have it extremely good in England, really, as far as like, we had a quote-unquote tornado once, and it blew like one chimney off a house, and everyone was like, oh my god. Yeah, we had an earthquake, the ground shook a little bit, nothing really happened. It was like enjoyable more than scary. Yeah, I mean, a honeybee is about the deadliest thing we'll encounter on any given day. If you're allergic to bees, that's not a good thing, but yeah, it's pretty goddamn safe in England compared to a lot of other places, to be honest. Reef wreck. Juice him up. We'll toot the horn. He always gets a victory horn. It's the rules. So we'll see. No, we made quite good distance. We might make it. Again, it's like if terrain starts getting mental, that plan could go out the window. I quite like this though. Now we're kind of down in some valley, bit of water going on. lead a horse to water. It's not a goddamn horse or vehicle. There's just no point. There was an old woman who swallowed a fly. She swallowed a spider to catch the fly. She should have stuck with the fly. I would have. Is this the first time? Oh, this is the first time I'm watching you live. Josh Santos, I appreciate it, dude. Good to have you joining us. 81 people, bloody hell. That's a lot. Like, I genuinely, when I started live streaming, and again, I don't say it enough, I do appreciate everyone kind of taking time out their day, night, whatever, to watch me dick around and do not a lot of anything. I do appreciate it, but yeah, I honestly thought, oh, I'd get like 5 viewers if I'm lucky, and one of them will probably be me, watching my own live stream, but you guys have been killing it, and I do appreciate it, especially with, like, there's not been a whole lot going on in SnowRunner for the last few months, so I started live streaming. I believe it was already Phase 3 was out, but yeah, it's been a fairly quiet time, so yeah, I do appreciate it. I've been watching you, all your videos for about 3 months. Again, I appreciate it, dude. It'd be good to get back to the video. It's been weird, like, having, because I've near enough done a video every day for like the last year, and even the little days that I missed, I was either making a video or just had like a mental migraine, and it was just kind of like a wasted day anyway. But yeah, this last week kind of not making much has been odd, but kind of good. There was just things like, I know it sounds random, but my phone was running out of memory, and I just needed to sit there for hours and go through and delete a load of things. Oh no, we've got a bridge. It's good to throw a spanner in the works. 4 planks to get up, so we can rally over. We're all good. I don't know if we can, but we're gonna. Yeah, just random stuff. Like there was, I don't know. Yeah, a bit of tidying up. Not like short-term tidying. You know what I mean? Just for a while, it was like, goddamn, I need to sort this place out. I've been making too many videos. But again, I do enjoy making the videos. The other thing I like about making the videos is it's sort of extended the life of this game for me, because obviously I spend a fair chunk of time making videos or getting footage for videos, so that's why, like, a lot of people said to me, how am I not bored of this game yet? And I get why they would say that, given the amount of time I'm kind of on it, but because I'm not always just doing my own thing, it's kind of like, yeah, it extended the life of it, really. Right. It's not looking good to get up there. I was going to try and shortcut it. What's the fuel like? Fuck that, we're going. I'm going to go and see what those off-map something or other is, but we've got to get dropping the hammer. Can I get up there? No. If there was winch points, I bet I could. Well, if there is actually a plan B, if this isn't going to make it with the fuel, when I get down to about the last 30 or 40 litres, I could stick it back in the loaf and just send the loaf off to get a fuel trailer. See, again, that's what I like, though, with the loaf. Offers you all kind of options. And if I didn't need him on me now for some reason, I can literally just recover him to garage and he's gone, and he's done. So he's kind of no hassle. He does save you bacon a whole lot. I believe that said miss your daily videos. Again, I'll be back to normal pretty soon. It was just, it got to the point where I wasn't going to be too happy with the content. I was kind of going to feel like it's a little bit boring and I'm just making it for the hell of making a video a day, if that makes sense. And I don't know, it just wasn't, I wasn't kind of feeling it as much. I was just sort of like, well, I don't know. But I still like to, I don't know, have a bit of purpose to the video, kind of give you guys something in return for watching it. Like, if it's a little bit just, yeah, boring, I'm essentially doing another mission that I've already done in the previous video. It was just, it'd be more of the same really in a little bit. And then, again, to be fair though, I wish I had actually just got this Mac earlier. I probably could have done videos on this for the last week or so. Last one was a horse. She died, of course. Sound good. Needs to get us all a loaf. We're excited about Phase 4 Tuesday. Yeah, definitely. Disaster P78. How's it going, dude? Yeah. definitely looking forward to it. Like I said, even with a little kind of break I've been having on this game, I've been nipping on it a few nights, having a little bit of loaf time. I can't resist a bit of loaf time, but yeah, I've purposely like not played it as much recently because it's kind of building up that enthusiasm again to just get stuck into it. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to. Probably not going to be able to ramp up there. It would be very convenient, I'm not going to lie. Thing is, I don't think it'd be far off. But I'm not sure if I can afford the fuel to find out. Have to check it out another time. Let's just drop the hammer. It's going to be close. I could tell you got bored when you used the bore. True, to be honest, the only reason I used the bore is because it was like, we're still in phase 3 and it was one of the newer trucks. I just kind of thought, sod it, I'll get a bit more content on that. But yeah, I've not been a massive fan of the bore. It had the ingredients to be good. It had a high range gearbox and the KZ GT engine, but it's not got a decent selection of tyres. And it's just a little bit too fat and heavy for its own good, for the lack of tyre grip and all the rest of it. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I was sort of like, to a degree, it was essentially, yeah, running out of like new content to make, so it was just like, sod it, I've got a choice. I either have a little bit of a week or so break, or the quality of the content kind of takes a bit of a nosedive for the next week or two. Ooh. And again though, if they released the phase 4, say 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have really had 2 weeks of not making videos. But at the same time, it has been quite nice. Like I said, I've near enough made a video kind of every day nearly for the last year, so it was pretty odd having like a day off where, yeah, I didn't have a whole lot to do. To be honest, I was playing a bit of a World of Tanks Blitz on my phone. Again, it's what I've had the game for years and years. I kind of play it here and there, stopped playing it for a bit and all the rest of it. But yeah, I've still got some tanks that I needed leveling up, so I was just messing around on that a little bit. And but yeah, for the most part, it was like, bloody hell, I've got like hours of free time suddenly. Getting a little burnt out after all this time is understandable. Good to see you back there. Yeah, it was like, I wouldn't say I was burnt out, but it was to the point where it's like, if I keep going, it's going to start burning me out, and then I'm going to be a little bit kind of like, nah, by the time phase 4 comes out. Not for phase 4, but I'll just be a bit, yeah, burnt out on the game. So it was just like, in the end, I think it was the better idea to just give it a rest for a little bit, and like, I'm genuinely looking forward to phase 4, and I sort of feel ready to put some hours in and all the rest of it. So yeah, overall I think it was for the best. But again, I appreciate you all kind of hanging around though, waiting for a video. I know there hasn't been a whole lot going on for the last couple of weeks. And again, sorry, I was supposed to make, I had planned to make a review video this week and a Wreckfest video. The review video, to be honest, like I said, I thought it was Tuesday and it was like Friday by the time I realised, so that one just kind of slipped away anyway. The Wreckfest video, I got all the footage for, I just wasn't happy with it, and then aborted mission. Wreckfest is a great race game. Yeah, Wreckfest is a very, very good game. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. The damage mechanics are pretty good. It's pretty silly, but still, there is also some serious racing to be had there, which is what I quite like about it. Like I said, it can be very silly. Oh, crap. Probably just lost the rest of my fuel. Jesus Christ, 500 as well. Just to repair that, it's just nailed everything. Oh, did it need tyres as well? Yes. How much further have we got to go? Don't know if I'm making that one, you know. Might have to, yeah, we don't have to send in the loaf. because it's leaning a bit, it keeps catching my back wheel. Right. Get back end round. Now there's no winch points. I was going to say, it can normally bump over here, but because it's catching that back wheel, it's not getting enough speed. Once, come on, scoot that back end round. Got a zombie winching, even without fuel. You know winch points. Right, go. That's the one. Oh crap, I had a crane as well. Funnily enough, because that crane's black, it blended in. I forgot it was even there. I could have just lifted him out. Got a tank slapper going on there. Again, I think I put chained on this as well. Normally I have muds on me loaf. And again, yeah, in Phase 4, this thing's getting a better engine. Which would be interesting. I mean, personally, I'm happy with the top engine as it is, because it just does what I need it to do. But it's not the most rapid, I definitely know that. I honestly don't think, though, that other truck I was just in would have made it to this fuel station, whereas this, you can see, using practically no fuel. This thing could probably get to this trailer store and back to the garage. Camo crane, it literally did blend in. It's the first time I've ever turned that. I've had that mod for bloody ages. For some reason, I just never turned it on or ever noticed. Oh, I think I have before. I've never equipped it to a truck. And yeah, I just didn't even. I even said to myself in my head, oh, I'll have to reverse the loaf out the sideboard because I've not got the crane. This is a bit of me though, riding around on my horse. I mean, if what's his bloody name from Red Dead Redemption? If he was sat on me loaf now, I'd basically be back on that game. Am I still going the correct way? Yep. Looking forward to the lift kit for the 10x10 Azov. Yeah, true. Bruce is, yeah, that would be pretty cool because that'll sort his chin out even more. Like, his chin's not bad these days for how bad it is. Like, when that truck first came out, it was horrific for catching its chin on everything, but they kind of fixed it for the most part. It's definitely still a chin catcher. But yeah, the lift kit should sort that one out. That'll be pretty cool. Overall, I mean, this phase is sounding pretty good. That. Sorry, I've already forgot the name. That Zix, was it 605R? Somebody said earlier. Yeah, that I'm definitely looking forward to. Yeah, the lift kit, the loaf's getting a better engine. There's 4 maps. Like it's looking. Oh no! You can start. We've got no winch points. It's a good job he's a goddamn horse. Come on. That was my fault, I was trying to read chat. I just bombed it in there. You see again though, how many other vehicles are just getting out of that? And I'm off. Don't have to recover to the garage. If I had to recover to the garage, I think how far I'd have to drive again just to get back to here. The loaf is a time-saving device. Am I still going the right way? Yes. that rock there kind of blends in with the colour of the road. If you weren't paying attention, you could easily hit that and flip. I've seen it. Tippy Zix is getting the Taiga Muds. Tippy Zix. Which one is the Tippy Zix? Is it, you don't know about like the little 30 odd grand one? I think I call it the off-road snail. It's got them like snail snorkels. Cat CT60 might be good on this map. Yeah, true, it probably would. It's got like the no rear suspension, but as this map is mostly kind of solid terrain. Oh, that bush didn't help with it. Oh, yes, it's got a winch point. That's not going to help, like. You can do it, like. What have we got in the way of winch points? Not many. Let's get his back in. Oh, I can't reach that one yet. Okay, we'll do the middle then. Just need that back end round. It's not looking good. What else we got? Pull the front around. Problem is, there's not a lot of resistance on these winch points. Oh, that was close. Just need him tip up so he can start, and then I can flick his back end. There's that other winch point there. Looking good again. If I could jiggle my steering, I reckon I could wiggle. I'm close to getting it out. If that front end comes around a little bit. Yeah, these winches just offering nothing. Hey up, it did move me a little bit. Not a lot though. Nah, it's not moving me enough. Thing is, it's just going to pop out the ground. It's scooting me the tiniest bit, but not enough. Every now and then one of them, yeah, stays in the ground, but they're just not on this one. Popping off. Points, give it a go. Nah, it's just going to drag all the shrubs towards me. To be honest, I'm probably just going to bring someone else. It's a shame. I honestly think, in fact, I'll leave this loaf here. I honestly think I could rescue this loaf, but it would honestly take me like half an hour of just grabbing these winch point, like, because then once, say if I grab like this winch point and pull it and it goes beyond the front of the truck, then I can put a winch point to the front of the loaf and so on, but I would literally, like, at this point it would be a waste of time. It would be more economical to kind of just bring something else. Yeah, they're just not offering any real resistance to scoot me around. But I'll leave this loaf here. And, yeah, I reckon I could get it out. Literally, if the nose was able, if like the bumper of the nose was able to go where the front tyres are, it would sit enough to start, and then I could turn, start the engine, sorry, put it in reverse, and I'll be able to flick it down that hill again. But it's just not quite going. I think as well the roof rack's kind of dug into the dirt a bit, so it's kind of stopping me from scooting the back end round, really. Yeah, it's just not even budging a little bit. leave it. Again, if I was on my own, I would happily sit there, and I still will. I'll leave the loaf there for now, and I'll try and rescue it in my own time, and then I'll just, yeah, I could make an edited video on it. What was it? Oh, yeah, that one. Have we got a backup? Did I need to deliver any wood? Oh no, it was 4 planks there. Oh no, I've only got 2 left. Oh, it's attempted again. Right now, I'm tempted to see if I can rally up one of those hills. What have I got? Not a whole lot. Well, I've got again another 200 litres on the loaf. That's one of the that's about the 3rd time I reckon though. Well, again, let's say it's up in the air, but I've had to rescue the loaf twice. I've had to recover it to the garage, where it's just been out on its own, and I've rolled it in a situation where I can't get out of it. There is still hope with that one, because there is winch points there. There is a possibility. But yeah, if not, let's say that gets stuck and I end up recovering it to the garage. I will just say at this point though, it's... yeah, not time-wise, it probably isn't worth rescuing that loaf unless I get lucky and it flicks itself onto its wheels in like the next minute. But yeah, if so, that'll be the 3rd time I've had to recover a loaf, and considering the amount of time I spend in it, that's pretty good. Am I even going the right way? Yes. I keep getting mixed up on this map. Alright, yeah. Right, I'm going to orientate it that way, so the garage is in the bottom middle. Keep doing it that way and then think I'm in the wrong corner. Not sure it was worth it. When I went down here, I had to go through the water. If I could cut back up the water, it's looking a bit tight there. That's what she said, but I was going to try and drive it then just up there. I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest. It's probably going to be more hassle than it is worth. My god, man, are you weed in the desert? Giving it a go. Sadly, none of those bushes offer, like, in the normal base game, those little trees are a pain in the arse if you're in a truck, because they offer 0 resistance, they just pluck out the ground, and it's just more winch points to scroll through. Fuel tank, are you kidding me? Again though, not refueled. If I didn't have a loaf, that'd now be game over again, because I'd just leak all my fuel in no time. I suppose while I've switched to, I may as well top it up. Yeah, so it's just like a truck roof rack, basically. Like, yeah, I didn't have a lot of fuel, but either way, that would have just absolutely poured out. Toxic Snipe YT just subbed and put on post notifications. I appreciate it, dude. I'm not sure how well those notifications work, but again, I appreciate it. They might do. It's good and bad. It appears like some of the time people get notifications, but YouTube seems a bit notoriously crap with notifications in general. Like, even I've got obviously a few of my family members are subscribed, because then I can say for them, like, did you get a notification and all the rest of it, and it's like, yeah, they don't always get one. But yeah, I appreciate it. Good thing you get unlimited battery. What's that on? Are you on about the winch? Or are you based on mine talking to someone else and it's gone? It's that time again. To be honest, I'm not helping myself because I keep trying to read the chat. I'm just crashing. But again, I do like getting myself out of these situations. Oh, why does it not offer you winch points unless you disconnect the trailer? It's so stupid. the White Western Star sat on me at the minute, so I need to pop out the sideboard and then we'll be good. We'll do. Probably get the nose round now. That winch point is pretty good. You get a winch point on the end of the crane. See, that's where, like, the loaf, if it's got a vehicle to pair with, so you can actually winch something, like that other loaf that I've rolled, if that, what's it called, Azov 7330 or whatever, that I kind of left back down the road, if that was there, obviously I'd have that as a winch point and we're good to go. So yeah, a pair of them together is just, you can get out of stuff. It's weird, didn't it have other winch points earlier? Or was I just too far away? Yeah. Could do with wedging behind a rock, really. I kind of want a bit of a kill as I'm doing this, which is not the best. But this dip might work, actually. Let's give that a go. Might end up being better using that winch point, even though it's narrower, like on the chassis. Digging in, just kind of scooting over a bit, but got a rock to hook on. Just missed it. Take that rock with you, Loaf. Good lad. He's got it. Oh no, he's not. Go in this direction then. Oh, another one. Yeah, I tell you what, let's try it, because I'm curious. If I attach the oh no, because it's not going to give me the winch point then. It's not going to let me attach the trailer. I was going to say normally you can, yeah, then lever it over with a trailer. But to be honest, I don't know if it'll offer me the winch point. Budget, does it, at all? Tip it that way if I have to. Particularly want to. I'm probably going to have to now because I've kind of wedged it under that cliff of it. What I can say on this map, you want to watch out for those bushes, because when you touch them it kind of throws your vehicle around. I believe, to be honest, when I did roll that other loaf, I think that's what I hit, was a bush, and it kind of flicked me as I drove over it. But it's just done it again, it nearly kind of threw me around more than I would like. Over this side. Yeah, autonomous winch, I'm used to the advanced winch distances. Turn that way. This is, oh, it's the crane, isn't it? Might get over the crane. As I say, it's sitting a bit tall. One winch point. And the nose. It can break off. It's close. Ooh, bloody winch point again. It's literally, it's jiggling, it could go any second. I'll tell you, I am going to try, because again, curiosity, restore crane. Might get it to sink in the floor a bit. Not a whole lot. What's up, Nutter? Oh, cat's arrived. Let's try and bring him back in again a bit. So normally this is pretty bloody easy to flip. Yeah, the White Western Star doesn't really weigh a lot, but crane. So there's not as much guts to the winch. Like if you look from where the White Western Star is to my loaf, or say my loaf and that rock behind me, I'm not retracting the loaf in. And that's what the winch used to, like, shorten the distance no matter what. So if your loaf was hooked on something, whatever you were towing, I believe I would have been able to tow a colob up a cliff. As long as I could hook to something at the top of the cliff, the winch would always, like, shorten the cable. But, I mean, to be fair, it's been, like, 4 months ago they changed it or something. Keep messing around, I'm in no rush. Let's try this one. Oh, I'll just ram the bloody thing in a minute. Just keep driving backwards into it. There's a rock right there that keeps propping me up on the wheels. I'd like to get my bumper low down so I can hit those bottom wheels. I might have to approach on a diagonal, go front ways as well, it's got a lower bumper in front. Pick a lane, White Western Star. You're either tipping down the cliff or you're getting pulled back up it. I don't care which. But one of them is going to happen. And it would be a bit of a sneaky trick, but I like them. Yes. If I can winch to the crane, it might hoover me under the White Western Star and flip it. We'll see. I don't know, this is one of them again, it's like since I've weakened the winch, it's just not as good. Not working like it did. It's in there pretty good. Beast. Is that Mika Richard? I believe it's pronounced. Sorry, gotta go. Good night, everyone. That's all good, dude. I appreciate you joining us. Forget what? Bloody hell, we're already on 2.5 hours. I probably won't go too much longer then. Well, at this point, I'm just dicking around, to be honest. It wasn't really planned. I would have liked to have just gone and drove and got some fuel, but as is the way on SnowRunner, these things don't always go well. Those rocks I hit there just completely eat and kill my speed. Just want to give it a good old ramming. I mean, definitely what she said. It's not over yet though. Well, it's definitely not over yet. Getting this thing out for fun. As long as we've still got a loaf and winch points, we're all good. Try and get the front end round a bit. At this rate I might just end up flipping it back the normal way. A rock or a bush I was just pushing. got enough room, enough rope length. Yes. Does appear to be a pretty grippy rock. Let's have a wedge behind that a bit. I'll be there in a minute, not that. Oh, not reverse. I need to reach the back place. Oh, I'm probably on the rock. This won't help. I'll be there in a minute, not that. Yeah. Not sure if you can hear my cat meowing along. Yeah, it might just be worth winching it that way. Keep doing that, leaving it. One of them again. I just need the get the what's it called, White Western Starlight to 90 degrees so it can fire up the engine, and then I can turn the wheels and dig in and all the rest of it. Like, it's not far off. I might have to pull the front end the opposite way just to get like the front end sitting in that little dip a bit better, or I might just be able to reverse it. We'll see. Crane digging in mainly. He's not liking the crane. Jane Lee, hi. Jane Lee, I love the stream. I appreciate it. It was a quick visit. 15, low power, baby. We will get there. So again, like someone said a while ago, it's sort of like a puzzle game, and you've just got to... If I can pull the crane, will it actually... Oh crap. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not. I was hoping to kind of pull it up over. It's literally like crane arm that's just not letting me pull it this way. Again. It's funny, you don't miss tree stumps until one on the other side would be pretty handy, because that's the other way. I could just obviously wedge the loaf in like this, winch it to something in front. White Western Star is pretty easy to flip. It's one of the lighter trucks really, but like I said, that crane is kind of putting a damper on things. What kind of cat do you have? He's fully like jet black, and what are the... I think he's half Persian and half ragdoll, so he's ridiculously fluffy, but his hair is like, yeah, smooth like Persian fur. It's insanely fine hair. It's annoying because it gets stuck to your face, you get it in your eyes, and it's like you can't even see it unless you pretty much hold it up to like next to a light bulb or something. But yeah, he's a fluffy beast, I'll give him that. We're on 230, 2:36. I'm gonna have one more minute. If not, I'm just grabbing another vehicle. Again, I'll leave these here. No doubt I can get them unstuck, but it's just making for a pretty boring section, if I'm honest. Even I'm getting bored, and I'm the one having the time of my life with a loaf. Oh, hoorah! Ah, so it was that bush. As soon as that bush jiggled, all about that bush. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be a lot easier to flip now. Probably not while I'm sat on a rock. To be honest, I'll put it in a video at some point. I would say this white Western Star is clearly a lot harder to flip. I don't know if it's just the KRS crane or if it's like part of the modding that's been done. It ain't going easy. Normally these are a piece of piss to flip, like so I can flip collabs and stuff normally, so these are like minor. Fine, I'll just pull the back end there. Too far, so I'm used to the advanced winch link. Get that bloody back end, drag it round. This has been one of the most awkward white Western Star rescues ever. Why is it not moving? It's like it's just stuck in the ground again. On the back end for it to not move. Not flipping it, just pulling it towards me. Wedged on that rock. Yeah, look, that's moving the rock that I'm wedged behind. Like, I'm literally... something is gripping this truck. Because that thing is absolutely just locked at the back at the minute. Yeah, the front's moving, no issue, but that's not the way I want to go, because then that's just going to tip it further upside down in that dip. I need the back end round so that it'll tip the right way. Yeah, it's not ideal, but for some reason that back end is having none of it. Loaf is a pretty good scout when it's not sitting on its side or upside down. True, but it, compared to other scouts, it's pretty bloody hard to roll, and when you do it, very often just rolls back to its wheels. Whatever I'm stuck on at the back, it's so stuck, it's rotating the front of the Western Star, if that makes sense. Instead of pulling the back towards me, that was just like rotating the front further away from me, which is weird. I've about nailed all my fuel now. Well, there's some in the, what's it called? The white Western Star. Yeah, I'm just going to stop that, fuck it. We'll go and get one more truck, and then... where are we going to go, actually? I'll do one more quick mission, and then we'll call it a day. I'll leave that there, again, I'll get it in my own time, but that's just doing me fucking head in. Whatever the back of the white Western Star's just stuck in, it's stuck in the map. I don't want to do planks. What else we got? Pick up the fluids. Oh, that'd be a pretty good one. That's going to be some serious trek around. Oh, sometimes when you jump back to them, they kind of do a little jump in the air. It was not having it that time. Yeah, I'm not fucking around with that. We didn't take this out for much of a drive, did we? And again, I ain't driving all the way around there. What other missions did we unlock? Ah, wait there. Fuel and repair station. Yeah, let's get that one done. So, spare parts. Yeah, that one's not bad. We'll get this one done then and we'll call it a day. Apologies, it's been a bit of a slow end to this one with tipping over rescued attempts, but for whatever reason, like I say, that White Western Star is just having none of it. Oh yeah, it was that bridge I built, wasn't it? That'll do. I only need to take 2, so I don't need to take a trailer this time. Ah, can this have trailers actually? We could just take this. As long as it can have a trailer. And again, it's a bit slow. Oh, it's only scout. Oh no, that's fine. Try pulling in reverse. Yeah, once I mess around with it, again, it's like on a live stream, it sort of feels time sensitive, like I don't really want to sit there too long, sort of. It is literally like you got to sit there and figure out. There'll be a way to get it out. I'm not worried about that. More. For fuck's sake, these trailers are shit. Yeah, it's just sort of feel a bit bad. Everyone was sitting there watching while I'm trying to get that out. Trailer. Fucking try, I'll give it that. That's probably the only thing I would say, in fact, so far about this map. Having to do a little U-turn in this yard section is a bit of a pain in the arse. Not because of this map though, it's because the trailers are pretty shit, but it'd be nice if you could just drive out the other end in that particular case. Because every single mission I've done tonight has been a bit of a twat trying to reverse out of there, for, again, no real reason, it's just more the trailers than the... oh no, what am I doing? That's what I want. Put the buds on. I'm going to put the what's it called, the advanced on this one as well, because I believe that APC thing I've got had a what's it called, an autonomous anyway, so I should be able to get one of them to their wheels and blah blah blah. It's probably going to be a bit fat and heavy to be trying to flip that with a what's it called, autonomous. Have I got a crane on that? No. Cover one of them. I just wanted to see if I put a loaf on top of it and pack it. Bandit's nearly tipping, and I've got the crane legs out. See what I mean? Again, like, the stuff they give you in this game is just not fit for purpose. Like, just be a fucking crane. I don't need an underpowered, broken, slightly iffy, shitty crane. I just need a crane, that's all. It's not even much to ask for. Like, it's just ridiculous. Right, that bandit can fuck off. We won't be using that one again. That was with a KRS crane as well. That's normally pretty decent, but well, then again, it was technically lifting the loaf. Then it was just the bloody bandit, even with its leg things out, couldn't handle it. Whatever, we'll get this one. All I need is a bloody crane. I've heard the Red American crane is slightly stronger, and it's close, but I have tested it, and I do kind of agree. Lately, though, even these big cranes have been struggling to lift loafs or scouts. Like, it's getting worse by the month. It's a shame, though. The big cranes used to be pretty bloody good. Let's see if we can put a loaf on here, because I don't believe it offered me any roof racks or anything, unless that's in the other section of the menu, but normally it's in like the, I think the same bit where I added like the radar and everything. Good, at least you can, it's nice. Made all that completely worth it, of course. What's this thing like? It'll be quite, oh in fact, actually, while we're here, let's try the plough. Right on these rocks. Out the way, trailer. Certainly pushes the front end up a bit. I don't know if it's just going to purely dig in. It's shoving me, I'm turning into it. It was shoving me sideways as well, but they were pretty meaty rocks. If you had a load of rocks over the road, this would probably actually work pretty nicely. Let's get back. Yeah, do it like that's not bad. Kind of waiting for it to just dig in and make me practically nosedive me up. Managed to keep a rock. And what that one's doing, floating in the air. Oh, we need to turn. Yeah, that's quite cool actually. First impressions, that worked pretty nicely. What just happened now? A winch attached or something. Let's see. I mean, not bad. It's going to be iffy, obviously, on these bumpy roads because you're going to be like lifting up and down and all the rest of it. But so far, it's not dug in, which is pretty cool. And well, I mean. Apparently this thing has got, yeah, that radar, you can like scan the map like you can with the prototype trailer on the loaf, but obviously this map is already fully uncovered, which to be honest I do kind of like. Uncovering the maps is sort of alright, but I don't know. As far as making videos goes anyway, it's handier for me that the whole map is just uncovered. I'm hoping, and this builds, what's it called, like some kind of refueling and hopefully we get a fuel station. And I assume one of those little squares that you can drive through that just fixes you up. I think it's got to, because I don't think there is any other fuel station on this map. Obviously if I go to the garage I can get fuel, but I don't think there was anything in the way of an actual fuel station, so that would be pretty handy. A 7-year-old black male who died last month, landlord with no objection to neighbours' cats. What, someone killed a cat or something. Some people are really funny with cats. I don't really know why. I like animals in general, to be honest. It's kind of irrelevant to me what kind of animal it is. They are pretty funny in general. So we'll get the plough. I was going to say this thing's a tad slow-ish, not majorly bad. High gear is actually pretty nice considering how slow the actual gearbox is. Pointless roadblock. Swerve around it. Oh yeah, we've got to go down this mad little... Oh god, yeah. The plough ain't going to do us any favours on this, I don't think, but we'll see. It's probably the worst thing. See what I mean? Like, you look from here and it's like, well, it doesn't look that steep. And then you put the camera around this way and it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. That is steep. It really does give you a false sense of security sometimes. Quite surprised that load stayed on, to be honest. Normally it game like makes the auto unpack when you get on that kind of angle. New do it trailer. Thankfully it's got the sideboards. That's why, I mean, I've said it ages ago, but for anyone who's newer, like, oh, it's not going to let me pack it because I'm not on a flat surface. That's why I take sideboard trailers over flatbed ones, just because you sometimes get a second chance when your cargo auto unpack. And I agree, I think the game's too overzealous on it auto unpacking. Like, a lot of the time you can't help it as, yeah, there you go, and it's gone. Well, we ain't gonna get that again, are we? Well, I'm just driving out here and that's it, we'll call it a day. Apologies, it's been a bit of a disastrous last bit. Some of these flipping, I haven't got a crane on me so I can't load those cargo back in, and to be honest I can't really be bothered by now bringing another crane. Overall though, it is a good map. I do, let's get a bit of daylight for the last bit. Yeah, I do like the look of it. It's definitely a technical sort of brutal map. You definitely got to pay attention when you're driving and stuff. Few sneaky little bit. Again, those bushes, careful on them because they seem to sort of spring fire you back out of them. And yeah, lack of winch points. I would definitely recommend, other than the fact I do just like a loaf, but I would bring something, preferably a loaf, as a kind of a mobile winch point. Overall, this thing's pretty good for off-roading. What's it called? No, just APC Rhino. Just call it. Oh, we've already got a Rhino truck. Well, sorry, yeah, we'll call it a Rhino. That Kolob is like a Kolob Rhino. Yeah, it's not bad. Has it got any repairs or anything? Oh, so the radar's got 60 fuel, but I assume that's going to use 20. In fact, let's just use it quick, see what happens. I assume that'll use 20. It's not obviously going to like scan anything. Yeah, so that's using 20 each time. So no, it's got no fuel or anything. It's just, I'm surprised they've not put a roof right. That's a pretty long, flat roof to not add anything to. And again, obviously I'll pop a loaf back on there normally. Since I haven't got a crane, it doesn't really help. John McIver, thanks for another great stream, man. I appreciate it. Like, again, apologies, it's gone a little bit kind of dead at the end, so there's just a whole lot of awkward rolling and sort of messing around. Not really got a whole lot done after that. It was going well. We got close to the fuel station, and then it all just went horrific. I still think, though, that first loaf, I still reckon a bit of effort. I can probably rescue him. I can definitely reckon the white. Rescue the white Western style, bloody hell. I said that 3 times. Yeah, but I don't know why, like, that back end was definitely stuck, and that's a bit of a pain. It happens though, like, look on a called White Valley, I've got hummers stuck in the cliffs and stuff. You get glitches like that, but it's, yeah, a pain in the arse, especially to be doing live, like I said. I'll do that in my own time, and then I'll just edit out the boring bits. So we could still be on for a rescue for both of them. I assume we can build that bridge one day. Ooh, a bit wide there. In fact, sod it, that's what we're going to do. Fly off the bridge. And it tips. Must have had lessons from the loaf. Anyway, going for a jump. Oh, that looks good. Here he is. Well. Didn't quite make it back to his wheels. It was close. Has this got an auto? Yeah, it has. Well, yeah, I might just call it a day there, to be honest, because it's all just going. I'm kind of messing around now. I ain't going to really go for a drive anywhere. I just fancied jumping off the cliff since I've been eyeballing them all night. We could get the loaf out of there, but let's be honest, I ain't driving it back up that little slope. It's not an easy map. No, but at the same time, like I said, it doesn't really feel like a punish. There's a few little things, like I said, that the bush, I think, is a little bit... a little bit over keen. Like, I hit the one in the loaf and then that one in the White Western Star. But other than that, like, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's lazily been made difficult. Like I said, in a lot in SnowRunner, they just dial up the snow or the mud, and it's like, it's 5 inches of mud. It shouldn't act like 5 foot of mud, but they've made it act like 5 foot of mud just to be, yeah, in quotes, more difficult. But it's not really. You just go slower and you have to sit there flooring it for longer. This, to me, is far more reminiscent of, like, yeah, actual difficulty. You've got to pay attention. There's a lot of, like, little gullies to drop down, all the rest of it. The lack of winch points. It'd be nice if there was a few, to be honest. Just because inevitably you're going to roll, there's not a winch point, and you're going to just recover. It'd be nice to have that little chance to get out of it. But again, I would definitely recommend taking a loaf. You've seen, I still think I can recover those others, but you've seen it rescue, like, the 7330 a couple of times. It got the White Western Star back, so you got a second life kind of thing. If you take one of those with you, it's another winch point to get, like, try and blag your way through. But yeah, overall, like, I do actually I like it. It's a pretty cool map. There's not a bad amount. Just have a quick look. There's a pretty decent amount of contracts on it as well, to be fair. That's not bad. That's got to be about 10 or 15, isn't it? So it's actually yeah, pretty good. That was not too bad. Didn't have a massive driver. The plough was pretty cool though. I think, to be honest, I think that's about the only new mod I've got recently. All the rest, I think, are all like the max pack truck things, scout packs, all the rest of it. All the old classics, the Azov Iceberg, the twice twin steer and all that. So yeah, there's not a hell of a lot else to mess around with. This map is a little tricky, eh? It's pretty, yeah, but in a good way. I actually do like it. Alan Connor, see you next time. I appreciate it, dude. Thanks everyone for joining us for the old stream. Again, the update, Phase 4, is supposed to come out in the next couple of days, so not only I'll be making videos once that comes out, but next week's live stream will actually be like some new stuff, new trucks. Hopefully I'll have the good thing is, if it comes out on Tuesday, I believe, then that gives me a couple of days to get a couple of the trucks and everything, so by the time I do the live stream next Saturday, I'll have like yeah, I should hopefully have like the new truck, of a map or two uncovered, so we don't have to just mess around with that, and that'll eat up a lot of the stream just uncovering it. So yeah, overall it's pretty good. Thanks for the live stream, have a good week, and see you next weekend. I appreciate it, dude. The difficulty comes from task sequence, narrow roads, and lack of winch points. Yeah, the lack of winch points is a bit of a biggie. Overall, it's nice to not see tree stumps everywhere, but not gonna lie, as and when a tree stump has come in handy once or twice before for flipping myself. Nathan Zale, see you later, dude. Mark Rowe, the APC has a roof rack. Oh, does it? Let's check it out quick. Oh, it does. What's it got in it? 150, one spare wheel, and 120. So yeah, not massive. roof rack. But yeah, no, cool for letting us know. It's good that it has got one, to be fair. At least that's like a little bit of an extra light. Again, if you could stick a loaf on there, the loaf's going to get you double the repair points, 4 times the tyres, and the same fuel, but you'll also have 80 litres in the actual loaf. So a loaf roof rack is still a winner. Winner chicken dinner for me. But yeah, it's pretty cool. At least it has got one. It makes sense, to be fair. That was a pretty massive flat roof, not to be adding anything. Pace picks up once bridges are in. Yeah, I must admit, like, there's quite a lot of bridges. Once you've got all them built, it'll be pretty nice flying around. But I'll probably do another, whether it's a live stream or just a video, because I actually did quite enjoy this map. So when I get, yeah, a couple of the missions done, I might just sort of knock a video together on that one. CR, thanks for Slow Wolf, well done. Cheers, everyone. Aussie man. Loaf rack a must, exactly. Gotta have a loaf rack, a loaf rack. You can tell. I didn't go sleep yesterday, by the way. So I've been awake for about 30 hours, in case you can't tell from me mumbling like a madman again. Yeah, I'll call it a day there then, because it's about 3 hours stream now. Again, though, I appreciate everyone for joining me. Apologies, it was a bit of a mad, long, drawn-out thing at the end, but still, good map, worth getting. And yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll be back soon.